Good afternoon everyone and welcome to today's webinar. It's Mike that's going to be going through picking from stock today. We do have Ollie on the live chat, so if you've got any questions throughout the session, just ask away. He'll be there to answer sort of anything, and then we'll also be hanging around for a little bit at the end. So what we're going to be covering is picking from stock and how you can get your lists and get your notes out from Prima and enable you to do so efficiently. Now, there's two main ways of doing this. The first is sort of if you're picking as and when you're going throughout the day, and then the other is if you're going to pick in one big sort of bulk at the end or at the start of the day. It all depends on sort of how your business works and which one would work best for yourselves. So we'll be covering sort of how you can use the pre-picking sheet, which is something that's relatively new to the system, and then the other option is how you can pick from your dispatch notes. So we're going to be going through sort of each, and then you can make a decision on what works best for yourselves. So the first option that we're going to be going through is the pre-picking sheet, and to actually access this pre-picking sheet we want to go into movement, dispatch, and then it's actually found within the available lines of your dispatch section here, and we've got the pre-picking list. Now, 4 items to show up on this list. They do need to be in this available lines, and they also need to be in stock. So if you've got anything that's on pre-book shown within your dispatch available lines, they won't be showing on this list. It's only items from stock. So if you hit search, it returns a list of your items that you've got available to be picked up onto notes. Now you can highlight them all, do whatever you want, and then from this sort of top left we've got 2 reports. We've got a pre-picking list which is ordered by location and stock code, and then you've also got it ordered by van route, location and stock code. So depending on how you do your picking, whether it's sort of by specific van routes or just by locations within your warehouse, all depends on sort of what's best for yourselves. If you do use van routes or you don't, basically you can come in here, you can select this, and you can view the report. And once you view the report, it'll just show you the information you need. So within here you can see the warehouse that it's located. So if you make use of bin locations, things like that, it'll show the location within your warehouse, give you the item code, and then sort of key bits of information. It'll show you by customer and van route then. So what you can do throughout the day is go and pick off this list who you want and what van it's going to, so it's ready for your drivers or whoever the next day. So you can go off company, so from here you can select it in company and go down. Now, one thing to bear in mind with this is that there is a printed column in here. So if you're trying to keep a track of any new items and any old items within here, you can use this printed column. But when you go to print this by using the print report button, if there's any issues, anything like that where you printed, anything you do with the report, whether you just view it, will change this column. So you may potentially lose track of any items that you haven't put onto a list. So what we advise doing first of all is just saving the report, and that'll save to somewhere on your desktop, and you can print it from there, just for the time being, just to ensure that you're not going to be missing any items, anything like that when you're going to pick. So that's just something to bear in mind. But that report can be used sort of throughout the day as you're picking. You can go off your customer, and even the other one sort of by van route. If you're going to be picking by van routes, you can pick for your specific vans and what's going on there. So it just makes it a little bit easier if you split them down that way, what can be picked and what can't be picked. Okay, so that's the first, using the pre-picking sheet. You can use that throughout the day. The next option we've got is actually using the dispatch notes to pick. And to actually do that, if we just create these lines, and if we just move them to in transit, so some people may have a system key set up that will automatically put them in transit. Some of you may have it where it goes to upstanding then in transit. But once we're in the in transit, and to do this, you're going to make 2 copies of your dispatch note. So one that you can pick from, and one that you can give to your driver, or use both, and you can go with both. One stays with the customer, one stays with the driver, whatever it might be. You're going to be printing off 2 copies of this. So to print off, we highlight them all, and we can use this print and email button at the very top. And once we're in this print and email, we can hit this view report option. And within the report, you just print this off and then choose the goods from here. Now, as I go through, you may see on some of your reports that there are these symbols. Now, on this one, because all the items have come from stock because of what we've previously done, there's only going to be showing this @ symbol, and what that @ symbol notifies on the notes is that that item appears more than once. So rather than you having to go through and say, if I was going through the note that's currently on screen, we've got sort of two sales orders and 2 options for the copy of paper. Rather than just going and picking that one from wherever it is in your warehouse, you can see again that it's on it twice. So it notifies, well, rather than just pick one of these and have to go back in a little while to pick another, we can just pick 2 at that time. So it's just a little indicator to say, well, this is on here twice, so saves me wasting time, or whoever it is that's going to be doing the picking later on. It's on there twice, so pick both amounts. Look down at the notes and see that it's on there. Now, the other symbol that I don't believe will be on here, because the way that we've built this, is there will be a little hash symbol. And basically, if you're doing your notes from some items are coming stocked on pre-book, some items are coming from your own stock. The little hash denotes that line has actually come from the stock. So you can see, well, this is in our warehouse. Anything that hasn't, it might be that something's come from your supplier in the morning. So if you have like a separate section for your items that come in the morning, that'll be there. But the hash just denotes that it's come from your own stock. Now, because these don't have any pre-book lines on there, they won't be showing, but it's something that you may notice that'll help you out a little bit. So just look for them @ symbols and the indicators to notify where it's coming from, just to help you out a little bit when you're doing your picking. So that's the 2 ways. It's nice and easy. You've got your pre-picking list and you've got your dispatch notes. With this, don't forget to print 2 copies. So rather than viewing the report, you can increase the number of copies here and then just send us the printer and start the job, and that'll print out your notes using the printing email. It's always useful to be using sort of whichever way, but it depends on your business and what fits in better. So if you want us to help you out with that, if you're looking for some help on what you think we would sort of advise, then just give us a call. Contact Train at Prima Software or customer service department, and we can go through that with you and find out what fits best for yourselves. That's everything that we wanted to cover. If you do have any questions, myself and Ollie will be hanging around for a little bit on the live chat, so don't hesitate to ask any questions away. And if you are interested in one-to-one training, as I say, to see which way would fit yourselves and your business better, just contact our training department and we'll be more than happy to discuss that further for you. Thank you for your time today. I have a great bank holiday weekend.